We want to turn to an update on a big story we've been following for so many months now. A legal conclusion today to a deadly crash that took the life of a CMPD officer. It has now been more than a year since CMPD officer Mia Goodwin died in the line of duty. Today, the truck driver charged with hitting and killing her pleaded guilty to the crime. WCNC Charlotte's Brianna Harper joining us live now to talk about this plea agreement that happened, but also the plans now to keep Officer Goodwin's memory alive. Bree.
Yeah, Vanessa, during today's plea, the judge wanted to emphasize for both sides how important it is to continue to live with actions that would highlight the legacy of Officer Mia Goodwin. Now, our cameras were not allowed inside the courtroom, but I can tell you there was certainly a sense of extreme sadness and also feelings of regret as well. It's been more than a year since the deadly crash on Interstate 85 that killed CMPD officer Mia Goodwin and injured 3 other officers as they worked a road closure. The tragedy of that night still being felt as family and friends come to grips with closing this chapter.
They really appreciate the hard work of Mia's colleagues on this case and really appreciate the support and the show of love from the community and her colleagues.
A negotiated plea arrangement was reached for Daniel Morgan, the truck driver who pled guilty to a number of charges, including involuntary manslaughter, reckless driving, and several counts of assault with a deadly weapon. Today in court, Morgan apologized to Goodwin's family. Although Morgan admits his guilt, he says he still doesn't know what exactly caused him to crash. The defense says a tumor applying pressure to Morgan's optic nerve may have caused dizziness, loss of vision, or blackout, according to medical experts, but it's still unclear. The judge sentenced Morgan to 16 to 29 months in prison.
He's looking forward to being able to put this chapter of his life behind him, and he will continue to express remorse and, as Judge Archie said, use his actions to try to advance the legacy and memory of Officer Goodwin.
As for Mia's brothers and sisters in blue, they too are still coping with the loss, but also finding ways to make sure her death makes a difference.
We've learned a great deal from this tragic accident and things that we put in place to make sure that we continue to be better and continue to be safer when we come to investigating collisions.
And Officer Goodwin's mom did ask, not out of anger, but because of the gravity of the situation, she would have liked to see Morgan receive the fullest extent of that sentence, which would have been more than 11 years. Now, the judge decided against that, but Morgan was taken into custody today to begin serving the maximum of potentially 29 months in prison. Reporting live from the Mecklenburg County Courthouse, Brianna Harper, WCNC, Charlotte.